What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of the Level With You show. It is a weekly video game podcast where the three of us and one of that guy get together and talk about, you guessed it, video games. Today I'm joined by Kenny Castro.
Hey, guys.
Anthony Duart.
Woo!
And my man Tyler Hadley.
Howdy doodly.
All right, so sorry we've been gone for about a week and a half. We had a little bit of technical hiccups, you could say, last show, but we're back now and better than ever. Earlier today, we did some of our first Let's Plays, which was super exciting and fun. So check those out, especially the one for Dauntless. I think you'll get a kick out of that.
That one's the best, hands down.
Yeah.
That's
The
definitely
best
the best one
one
I've ever seen.
So it's Memorial Day. We've all been enjoying the day off. How's your weekend going so far, guys?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Still a little hungover, a little dizzy from space, but other than that, doing pretty good.
Word.
You
How
know,
about yourself?
can't complain. I've been enjoying my weekend. Got some fresh egg rolls yesterday, but I've been living life.
That's
living
the
life.
highlight?
That's my highlight.
I went fishing for the first time in several years.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That was cool.
You catch anything?
I did not.
It's okay, you can have a lot of those days.
I had a few nibbles. Person I was going with caught one, so I was happy for him.
There you go.
Were you
Excellent.
really? Were you
No,
happy
I
for
was. I was. Felt good for him.
them? Okay.
Yeah, see.
A bad day fishing is like a good day at the office is why.
So yeah, there was that. Had some friends over for a fire last night. That's kind of the thing with this weather right now being so good. Hanging out, having a couple beers by the fire.
For sure. You can't beat that this time of year.
What
Yep.
did you drink?
What did I drink? I had a couple Imperial Stouts from Evil Twin with coffee in them.
Ooh.
I think this is actually brewed in Barcelona, Spain.
Oh, nice.
Because they do a bunch of contract brewing. So those were real good.
That's pretty sweet.
Another PBR or two, maybe.
There you go.
Nice,
And we
nice.
gotta cap it off with good stuff.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet.
Um,
Yeah, my weekend was also fun. Thanks for asking, guys.
Tyler, how was your weekend? Was it good? I hope it was.
Yeah, I had a good time. I mean, the past few days have been very sunny and nice, so I spent a lot of time outside, and I got my shoulders sunburned, and I got some color in my face, and
it's gone now.
yeah,
It's gone one day.
it's fading. You can still kind of see it.
I know. You came over on Friday and you were looking pretty red.
You should see my shoulders. My shoulders are real bad. And yeah, I went to a cookout and played some volleyball and other lawn games.
There you go.
Nice.
So,
It's that time of the year.
Very good.
Anthony,
All right.
when's your pool gonna open?
That's a good question. I gotta figure out how to open it real soon. And by figure it out, I mean I gotta have the old man show me. Take some time this weekend. So
We gotta have our poolside episode.
it's true. We do.
Word.
I'm gonna clean up a little bit.
Last year, the E3 episode was not poolside, but at your house.
That's true.
Yeah, we should do a both poolside this year, maybe.
Can do it.
Nice.
You need a lot of extension cords.
A lot of extension cords. We're gonna bring my whole computer there.
I'm putting the whole computer in the water.
I'm gonna
Underwater computer.
make it float.
Mm-hmm. We have a true floaty podcast.
Crazy. E3's in like 2 weeks now, guys.
That's insane.
Yes, it is. It's around the corner.
Right around the corner. There was some news ahead of that. We'll get to that when it's cruising for a newsin'. But for now, we're going to get into what we've been playing this past week or week and a half. So I think we should start off with some observation. We just did a little Let's Play together in the other room. Anthony, you've already watched it, so you had some prior thoughts to it going in.
Yeah, it was pretty. It's like a huge story experience. It's a big thriller, a very suspense-filled game. It's you take control and play as the AI Sam. It's system maintenance and
System administrator.
administration and
Maintenance.
Okay.
Sam. Yeah, so you play as him. He's like an omnipresent AI. It's very reminiscent of like 2001: A Space Odyssey. So it was pretty
If
neat
you
to
were
like.
playing as Hal.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
And you kind of like you go into it. It sets up. It's like, oh, you're like so and so kilometers. I forget how it like starts off, but it's like, oh, you're above Earth. You're this system. You're helping out this woman on board, Emma Fisher. Figure out kind of what's going on. There was some kind of an accident. You don't know what it is, and then it really just kind of takes off from there. But I thought it was so gripping when I first saw the review for it when it came out last week. Ended up just watching the full Let's Play of it on YouTube or somebody playing through the game, so I could experience the story as well. And it was very good, very gripping, and I was excited to go into it myself. Definitely a lot of puzzles, a lot of exploring.
Nice.
A lot of observing.
A lot of observing, and Kenny was definitely like helping us out. We were just missing something totally obvious in the corner. He's like, just go
He
over
was
there, guys.
he was just pretending like he knew what to do.
I feel a
Thank
lot
God you
of
had
hatery coming from Tyler. Has anyone caught on to that?
He's
I've
steaming
caught on
today.
to
I
that.
think
He
he's
is.
jealous.
I think he is jealous.
know.
Extremely.
He's just,
He
he's
wants
just
to
got
be the
space
best
sickness.
gamer, and Kenny's just like,
I
You
feel-
know, I stepped in observation and I was needed.
I feel like I said the same exact thing before he did, and then you guys just say, "Oh, Kenny said it now." So
we'll have to go back and
And
watch the tape.
He sounds like a jilted girlfriend right now.
Ooh.
whatever.
I'm still trying to get my space legs, man. I'm still like dizzy.
So yeah, it's,
Oh my God.
it's it can be a little disorienting playing as the floating camera where you're going around from in this very claustrophobic space station.
Mm-hmm.
But where the game really shines for me so far is just in the user interface and how they make everything feel so, I guess, cohesive as a space station. And even though you're doing relatively simple puzzles, they convey it in a way that makes it so you're like, you know, super hacksaw to the max.
It's like, oh, reference these documents, follow these puzzles, go put the little dots where the other dots are. Let's show you symbols, and then you have to match the symbols to what it was Simon
Yeah.
Saysing.
Mm-hmm. And definitely some cool story stuff. I don't want to like spoil anything because we're still pretty early on. We don't want to get spoiled either. But we had a couple surprises in our first hour and a half with the game. What did you think, Kenny?
I actually am very much headfirst into it. I want to know more. I can't wait till we do more of the Let's Play so we can see more of the story.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
invested. Sometimes I do have to look away because feel like I get dizzy real
Oh,
easily.
yeah.
Especially when you're not the one
Especially-
controlling
Whoa.
it.
Especially
Whoa.
when Anthony's driving.
Exactly. I was gonna say
Great
because
space driver.
I'm pretty sure I could have controlled it a little better, but Anthony was all
Oh,
over the
probably.
place. He was like a drunken AI flying the thing.
I am hungover. So I was bouncing into stuff. There was that one part in the beginning tutorial where she puts you in the cube or the little sphere,
Oh, yeah.
and you get to go. And
He
it's like,
crashed
okay,
it
go
instantly.
forward, and I went forward, and then she said, "Okay, turn around," but I kept going forward, so I hit, and then it had to restart me. She
Yeah.
came over
Yeah,
and
right.
fixed me.
He crashed instantly.
It was
He
good,
wasted
though.
no time to do that.
Very durable camera.
I'm wondering if the game has any fail states because I don't think we ran into any. There was at one point where she got frustrated with you because you didn't quite do something.
She
quick
screamed at
enough.
me, and she's just like, "God damn it, Sam! You didn't open the lock. I
Oh,
want
yeah,
to do
she-
it myself."
She had the countdown. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. You're supposed to do it at 1.
And I was just like, I can't find the stupid box. I'm sorry. And she's just like, I'll do it myself. I was like, I found it. Here you go. You're welcome. Very mad. She's very angry. But she seems okay.
Come on, she's all right.
We made her.
You're just screwing up.
I
It's the
am.
fault
I didn't
of
know where the
AI.
box was.
Exactly.
So confused.
I got to restart my memory
I think
cores.
she's a very cool character so far.
Oh, she's great.
Oh, yeah.
The voice work is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering where Josh is, the other crew member.
Oh,
Who knows with him?
I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
It's still very early on, so definitely keep a lookout for that because I would like to finish it and hopefully I'll get better sea legs,
Yeah.
so to speak, in space.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
But it was pretty cool.
So yeah, that's observation. Anything else, you guys? I
Mm,
can jump into Monster Hunter a little bit. Give an update on that.
yeah.
So Tyler came over on Friday, brought his TV with him, his little one, to put next to my bigger one.
My
We
good
had a-
old 720p TV.
Yeah. Well,
The little tiny
you get
baby.
what you know. You use what you got.
It's not the size that counts, it's how you use it, Tyler. Come on.
So we played some LAN Monster Hunter. It was a lot of fun. I think I'm getting very close to the end of the lower tier missions. So that's still like 30 plus hours in now. There's like these 2 giant dragons. One name's Diablos. What's the other one?
The Rathalos.
Rathalos.
Yeah.
So we took down the Rathalos. And then we were having I was like just totally getting wrecked by the Diablos.
That thing's hard. It's really hard when you first fight it because that's the one with it's got the big plates like a Triceratops with the 2 huge horns
Yep.
in the desert.
Yeah, it's got like
Yeah.
the axe tail type
Mhm.
thing.
Weird. So yeah, he was tough, and I said to myself, I feel very underpowered. So I looked up on the wiki what his weakness was. He was weak to water, so we went back, did some lower level quests so I could get some materials to upgrade my switch axe. So now it's like a Madness Switch Axe 3. Then we went back in and beat it. It was very satisfying to know that like my preparation was what got me through it. I mean, he helped a lot too, obviously.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like he did nothing, but I won't judge.
Like I did nothing. Oh.
You got it's good. To
Yeah,
have
you,
it.
Tyler. Yeah, you.
Tyler's put at least twice as much time in the game as I have, so he knows his way around definitely better than me. So
It's always good to have the friends there too to help you out with the quest and show you like what's going on, especially
Yeah.
keeping track of the monster. Because as we've experienced, it's very easy to get lost in one
Yes.
part of the forest,
totally.
trying to hunt this nice cool monster, but instead just doesn't want to fight you.
Yeah, so I mean, there are times where I do think the fights go on a little too long. I do think that it gets a little bit annoying when you have to keep finding them so many times.
Yeah, they do leave.
But I guess once you get better and, once you go back and fight the weaker stuff, it doesn't take quite as long. Like we did one quest that we had to do in 15 minutes. We ended up doing it in like 8.
Nice.
And that felt really
Yeah.
good. We got some good rewards out of that. So,
Once you get the lay of the land down too,
Yeah.
you kind of know your environment.
we're kind of at the end game where I am, where he was assisting me as far as the initial playthrough goes, or wherever the story is. I'm pretty sure. But so yeah, that's still been a lot of fun now that I've got 3 weapons and I'm kind of swapping between. I got a dual blades, switch axe, and the insect glaive, all with different elements. So
Which one are you favoring? Have you been leaning towards one?
no, because I haven't got I've only used the switch axe on like 2 or 3 hunts,
Mhm.
so I'm getting the feel for that. And then it just kind of depends on the monster. If I want to take the switch axe or the what do I call it, the dual blades.
Mhm.
I think the insect glaive is the most fun.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the most power. It's not quite as powerful as some of the other
You do a lot
ones.
of combos with it though.
Because you don't use it right, Wiley.
Well, yeah, probably.
We gotta show them.
There's a lot of
training
systems.
mode.
I tried to show him. I said, "You see these bugs up here? They turn colors, and you absorb them." And
You
once
told me
they're
once
falling-
when we were in the middle of the heat of battle, and you're supposed to want me to internalize that. And I still got something.
you got to
something
put it into
learn.
practice.
A couple days. It'll take a
Hey,
bit.
I'm trying
You
it,
get used
man.
to it.
We played for like 4 hours the other night.
Yeah, I'd be pretty burnt out after that too.
Yeah. And then, let's see, other than Monster Hunter, I've been playing some of that Borderlands 2. I picked up the Handsome Collection from like $12 at one of my local DVD used places. They also have like just a random good game for a good price. So I had a Borderlands 3. I've been really enjoying that. I forget, you guys play Borderlands?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Been going through 2 actually recently with a couple friends on Steam, and it's been pretty fun.
Oh, really?
But I never beat them. I always get like halfway through and then just kind of lose steam because it's repetitive in a way. But I love the loot aspect of collecting, leveling up, getting new skills for your skill tree.
Mm-hmm.
But
So, what level are you in your current run through of it?
I'm like 23,
Oh, okay.
25,
So you're
between there.
You're what? How about you?
I haven't picked it up in a while.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I was contemplating on starting it up again.
Mhm.
Thought I was gonna do that next month.
Cool.
Right now, I'm trying to run through the games that I'm playing right now, but
Okay, well, we'll get to those in just a
yeah.
sec. But so now that I'm getting into weapons that are much more creative and inspired than the original few hours, and now that I'm getting up my reload speed, and it's just feeling like a much faster and satisfying game. I've got several different quests I can go out on. At the beginning, I was a little, this is just, it feels dated at this point, but I'm into it now.
Mhm.
And I got one gun that just seems so good. It was called Endless Fire or something, or it's a fire pistol, like a machine pistol that just has infinite ammo and never has to reload.
Ooh,
And I was like, this just seems too good. But
that's super handy.
I'm sure once I get up a little higher in levels, I'll.
Mhm.
Is there ever a way to upgrade your gun's levels?
No.
No?
Because that's why there's so many guns in the game.
Yeah.
They just keep spitting them at you as you.
Yeah,
just
you're most
kinda
likely
scales
you
with
might you might bump into that same gun a higher level,
Gotcha.
at some point in time
Yeah.
randomly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that's smart because they want you to keep experimenting.
Yeah.
And I was shocked to learn the vault it can hold like less than 15 things, like 8 things maybe.
Mhm.
And like people complained about Destiny when you could only put in like 50 or 100, and now you can do 500.
Wow. I didn't know they had
so, yeah.
space like that.
Yep.
Yeah, Borderlands is very with. It's good in a way because I feel like you can cycle out and cycle through equipment better. But I mean, it's better to sell off the weapons you're not using and get some money for them, and then upgrade from there and cycle through it that way.
Cool. So yeah, that's Borderlands 2. Prepping for Borderlands 3 out this October, or is it September?
September.
Cool. So what about you, Kenny? You said you've been playing something you wanted to get to.
No, I was just been playing Monster Hunter just with you guys, and
Oh.
also still playing Vampire.
Oh, are you?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I haven't really gotten through too much with that. Just been crazy busy in real life,
Yeah. Any MK grind? Or is that-
Still doing my MK grind here and there. I can't let up. I feel, you're not that close, but I feel you creeping like 2 miles away.
So the thing, I feel like I've plateaued to the point where if I want to get better, I just have to go to practice mode.
Yeah.
Because when I'm playing the game, I'm just running into my same patterns of, not being able to extend my combo the way I want to, not
Okay.
feeling quite comfortable with special move canceling yet.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm still doing the towers occasionally. It's kind of my comfort game at this point.
Yes, but I kind of end my night with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys clear the crypt yet?
Dude, we're both at the last stage, but the last part is so grindy. It takes dozens and dozens of
Oh my
hours.
God.
Yeah.
So.
And I just reset 100 chests.
Oh, did you?
Until they replenished it with God knows what random things. So I'm going back around now, opening up whatever chest I already opened, but now it's closed
It's got new
again.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get new stuff. Yeah.
I feel like all the best stuff though is earned through the Towers of Time.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like I'm getting that much cool stuff from the chests.
Yeah.
It's nice when it happens, and it's also a cool thing that I learned just through naturally playing it is once you complete the a story mode or a tower
Yep.
where you fight Chronica, you'll see one of the
The endings.
the endings are cool, but I'm talking about the orbs in the crypt that are like the Chronica Vault
Oh yes.
orbs. So those are a nice, easy way to get some
Mhm.
higher tier stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's MK. What about you, Anthony?
I've just still been playing Tales of Vesperia on the Switch.
Nice.
Going back doing that a little bit when I can. Pretty good, getting a lot farther than I did in the 360 version when I played, so that's cool. I think mainly due to the portability of the Switch, so I'm able to play it wherever. Still grinding through that, and that's been good. I love the characters are great, the design. I'm a huge weeb for anime, anything anime aesthetic I love, so it really hasn't put me down yet. So I'm glad I'm going back through that. But
Did you get that physical or digital?
physical.
Oh, did you?
Mhm.
Cool.
I had to go to a couple different stores because I know the first place I checked for didn't have it, and that was like a rarer print, but I know they didn't produce as many at the time, so
Gotcha.
it wasn't too bad.
Word.
How about you, Tyler? Anything? Same stuff?
Yeah, same stuff. Started playing Fury for a little bit. I think I'm probably going to try and play that more, see how far I can get through. And yeah, just Monster Hunter. Been grinding on that with you guys. Really want you guys to get up to the high tier stuff so you can help me with some of my mainline quests.
Yeah, Tyler's been very patient waiting for us and kind of.
I'm gonna have so many
Shepherding
materials
us.
by the
It's
time you
true.
guys are up there.
Yeah, at least you are getting some value out of it. Is your hunter rank also going up, I imagine?
No, I think so. I feel like your hunter rank only goes up with. I'm not even sure when your hunter rank goes up, to be honest. Because I've seen people who are like 98 hunter rank or whatever.
Wow.
It's like, how does that even work?
I'm like 11.
I mean, they've probably just been playing it, nonstop since release, I imagine.
I think it's a certain, you hit certain, not story quests, but it's like the higher rank, extra optional quests or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think once you clear it, a clear certain amount, your hunter rank goes up.
Mhm.
Right,
Okay.
probably. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I've still been playing Ding Dong XL, trying to beat my high score, but I'm still at 201 on
201?
the Switch.
Oh,
I
fuck.
thought you were at
Don't-
212.
No, he's at
Nah.
201. That's why I was so upset when I hit 195 because I knew I was 7 away from clearing him.
Damn.
I mean, I've hit like 199, and that's the closest I've gotten again.
Bummer.
Yeah, so I feel like it's a 2-man battle at this point in time.
I still have to play it. I haven't even played it yet.
It's worth the dollar, man.
I'll have to check it out. For $1, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
Just
One
being
of,
stingy
one
at
of
this
these
point.
days we'll do like a 15-minute versus play. We'll just hook up a couple of switches and we'll play Ding Dong XL against each other.
Have we not done that yet?
Exactly,
We
right?
do it right
We're too
after
busy in
this.
space. We're too busy getting sick in space.
Cool.
Oh my god.
So a little bit of a slow gaming week for us. Kind of. I mean, I guess we're just playing old stuff for the most part, but
Yeah.
it's all good. We got some stuff on the horizon.
Well, not really old stuff. We were just doing the observation.
oh, yeah,
That's,
true that. We
you know,
did play Observation, so I think that came out only a week ago. So,
Exactly, yeah.
word. All right. Credit where's credit is due. All right, now, Tyler, take it away. It is time for...
Cruising for news and...
All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things you need to get through here, so we're going to
All right,
it
let's
off.
All right, let's go through it really quick.
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna be talking about some highly rumored next game from Software. Was done in collaboration with George R.R. Martin. We're gonna be talking about Sony teams up with Microsoft for streaming tech. Again, a couple of these are kind of older news because we missed last week, but bear with us. Overwatch League bosses leaves for Epic Games. Death Stranding, hashtag create the rope teaser. New trailer coming in May 29th.
2 days. Or probably the same day this goes up.
It'll be out. And the Ubisoft Store has accidentally leaked the existence of a Ubisoft subscription service.
Womp womp.
All right, that's a lot to get through, so I'm going to start it right from the top. This is a story about the highly rumored From Software game coming that's supposedly going to be revealed at the Microsoft press conference in a couple weeks at E3. I'm just going to go ahead and read the article that I have queued up here on my phone. Highly rumored next game from Software was done in collaboration with George R.R. Martin. A source familiar with ongoings at From Software has told Gematsu that the project, said to be known internally as GR, not sure what the acronym is, and in development for the past 3 years. It's an open world title with horse riding and collaboration between Miyazaki from Software and George R.R. Martin, and it's going to be published by Bandai Namco. Key sources say that they've been working closely together on this ambitious game, and it's actually an abbreviation for Great Rune. And yeah, so I kind of put two stories together here. Sorry about a little bit of the redundancies, but I'm super stoked for this. I'm a big Game of Thrones guy. I'm a big Bloodborne, Dark Souls guy. So I mean, this is kind of a potential dream come true.
Yeah, definitely a very big dream marriage of properties. So hopefully they'll see, especially with horse riding. I haven't seen horse riding in a Dark Souls game.
So the last time we had, yeah, for sure, that would be cool. Last time we saw someone of a big director / actor get involved with a game, I think was Silent Hills when Guillermo del Toro was in that.
Yeah, when it was going to be good.
Yeah, and that didn't go
And they
so
shut it
well.
down.
Yeah.
So
PT.
I doubt that'll happen again here. You never know, but I'm just super looking forward to E3. Hope we can get some kind of, I don't know, it kind of sounds like games as a service type thing, which I'm a little scared of From Software moving in that direction. But we did just get Sekiro like 2 months ago, so I think that they've like expanded enough to where they're working on multiple projects, and
Yeah.
Right.
so
Yeah, I think the only thing that I'm worried, I hope people don't take this and think that we're gonna get a Game of Thrones From Software game.
we're not.
Exactly, and I'll be honest. I think I was on YouTube a couple days ago, and I saw like a big channel talking, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get a Game of Thrones, From Software game," and I'm like, "Really, guys? Like, you guys got over 1 million followers, and you guys are out here spewing nonsense at this point."
You never know, though.
I don't think so. I think From
Fine to
Software won't.
speculate.
I don't think From Software is gonna sell out and try and do a Game of Thrones game like
Yeah,
that.
they already had the Telltale series games. Was a Game of Thrones from that too?
No. So
So
think we get something original. I think he's just helping with like some lore, medieval lore, and things like
yeah,
that.
he's probably just supervising the writing,
Exactly.
Right.
So
putting it in a direction that's almost like Game of Thrones.
It's just already so good.
Medieval.
Like I wonder. It's just going to be a cool collaboration because they both are such good storytellers in their own way. I think George R.R. Martin has the world building skills as well as the kind of interpersonal relationships,
Yep.
and that's not exactly Dark Souls and Bloodborne strong suit. It's super cryptic, and you kind of have to figure it out all yourself. So maybe they'll have a little bit more of a narrative focus. That could be neat. But
I'd like it if it was more fleshed out story wise. It's cool. Everything's cryptic is nice to figure out on your own, but it's also nice to have a little bit more to digest while you're playing.
Sekiro was a little bit more in that direction. Like it was more of a sort of a story you could follow. Like the first time I played through Dark Souls, I was like, I mean, I absolutely loved it, but I did not.
Know what was going on.
Right, not really.
It's like I gotta go ring this bell and I gotta go light a fire. Now I gotta go fight this big king guy who's also on fire. And that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah. It's kind of an interesting time now too because there's this game that there's some talk about, and then there's also the Neo 2 Alpha, which I came out recently.
true.
And some people are testing. So that'll be another cool thing to talk about later on.
For
I'm not
sure.
a big fan of Neo.
You were not?
I wasn't a big fan. I played Sekiro a little bit, but I mean, I also did play Neo before. I just hated that pretty much the whole first part of Neo that you go through. That's like the tutorial just doesn't matter, like at all.
What do you mean?
Because you go through the first part, it's like you're at the castle or whatever. You go through all that crap,
Mhm.
and then you fight the guy, and then after that, you finally start it up again. But nothing you had like carried over because you can grind for souls and stuff at that part, but I don't think anything else carries over.
Eh,
And it's also been a long time since I played Neo, but I remember kind of being
just
a
that
little iffy
beginning
on
part
it.
turned you off.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I like Neo a lot. It looks like the second one they're gonna have character customization, so
That'd be cool.
that's a big departure. The first one kind of had a semi-bland main character. I think it'll be neat to kind of be able to create your own, play the lady. All right, so moving on from that, next story we've got. This is a little bit old now, as we said. You might have seen this already, so we won't harp on it too much. But Sony is teaming up with Microsoft for their streaming technology. So that's kind of a big deal, guys. I mean, Microsoft and Sony palling around, sharing technology.
We haven't seen a combination like this since Nintendo did the Philips CDI thing. We know that worked out.
What?
Word.
But hopefully this will be a lot better. I mean, we're way past.
Oh no,
that.
definitely. I think like I said, I've said before, I think it all just comes down to Sony not having a big grasp on the cloud and on the cloud services. And why waste resources on trying to develop your own if you could just buy and partner up with Microsoft?
True. I mean,
You know, aside from that, it's nothing else to read into. Just that. Hopefully, maybe we could get the cross play for PS5 and the next gen, but we'll see.
it's just still just this trend of Microsoft being so willing to collaborate and playing nice with Nintendo, playing nice with Sony. They know that they screwed up last generation, or at least the beginning of it. And they've Philly Spence, the head of Xbox, he's been doing a good job trying to right the ship. So, I don't think this is going to change much. They're still going to be each other's number one competitors,
But I think this definitely is in preparation of the Google Stadia.
Oh yeah, that's true. We should mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is Sony preparing itself for the Google Stadia, because I think this is going to help Sony with their PlayStation Now.
For sure.
Because they had that as a cloud-based service, but it wasn't the greatest.
No.
Before. So I think they might use this to extend that forward into a whole new area and platform. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Stadia has a lot to prove. Google's first foray into gaming. I'm not optimistic about it being successful at this point. I think it's sort of too soon to launch an only streaming type of service. I think that it's going to.
I don't think so. I disagree. I think
Yeah.
it's like the perfect time to launch something like that, especially with everything that they're talking about it being capable of. Like that whole thing where you can be watching a YouTube video and jump into like a save state that someone else has made. That's pretty awesome.
That is a very cool idea.
But I mean, yes, they have a lot to prove, and if servers are going to actually hold up and be a viable option for gaming,
And I feel like they maybe just announced that they were going to announce pricing and stuff like that soon. I can't recall exactly. I wish I wrote that down, but that's another big question for me. Is it purely a subscription model? Is it, you pay for a subscription and then you pay an additional $29.99 to play this game? Do you ever, I guess you don't really own the games if you're streaming them, so that's going to be weird.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy on my part. That's why I didn't buy into the whole PlayStation Now thing. One, because it was very, if you're playing a game, certain frame perfect inputs wouldn't, translate necessarily as well, like a fighting game or like Mega Man platforming action like that. But if they're able to stabilize it and make something that you are streaming it, but it's like you're playing it, right from a disc off your console, that would be perfect.
And I think like kind of their whole thing that they've been talking about is that you can really basically play any of these games on a pretty low level PC. I'm sure they're going to have some type of minimum specs requirements for some PCs. But I'm also curious as if there's a way to kind of like do a trial and see like how your PC actually handles it.
Oh, I'm sure they would be silly to not,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, because I think it's more about your internet connection than
Yeah.
PC
It should be,
specs.
yeah.
Yeah, so you potentially could play it on, an iPhone 2 if you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the whole point. You can play it on any screen you want.
Yeah.
As long as the streaming service is good enough, then
So
it'll be interesting to see.
It's totally the one of the biggest question marks in gaming. So
You guys buying into it day of launch, or you guys gonna
no
wait?
way.
shit, if it's like $20 to like get, I don't know, like it all depends on price, and it all depends on whether they have any sort of exclusives that look great. It's all wait and see, but I'm more skeptical than Tyler. But
I think I'm gonna jump in. They launch day.
okay,
You to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we
like
are getting
the
big.
wait and see approach when it comes to that, just to see, because they usually come out with the first version, and then that's for a year, half a year, whatever. Then they come out with the plus or upgraded version of it. Make it smaller, make it bigger, depending on what it is. But,
it's not going to be a box though.
well, that's true, right? I'm thinking about it the wrong way.
Yes, it is the future now.
Yeah, it was the
Anthony.
future.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. So I thought this was an interesting story. So the Overwatch League boss, the guy kind of the face of the Overwatch League, he's on TV. This is the most expensive venture esports has ever done, I think, pretty easily as far as production value goes and getting the spotlight out on a certain game, the Overwatch League. I haven't caught too much of it myself. I honestly think it's too chaotic of a game to really appreciate unless you play it yourself on a high level. That's why I don't think it's... I don't really know the metrics of the success, but it does, to me, it hasn't created the type of word of mouth that I would expect for something that big. But anyway, wow, you guys ever check out the League?
I've never seen the League. I've played my share of Overwatch. Not too crazy or too competitive, but I've seen people, like, when I watch it, to play kind of some of it, or most of it, I should say, high-level play goes over my head. But it's still interesting to see, nonetheless, like, oh, wow, like, this guy just shot this guy from halfway across the map, or that one character that can grab him with the chains, pull him over, or just doing kind of, like, trick shots to get people. Like, I know that one map that has the big hole in the middle. And do you know the character's name? It's the one with the uses the chain. It's like not Junkrat.
Roadhog.
Roadhog, yeah, it uses the chain to like pull people into the pit or whatever. There's like a bunch of team combos that can be set up with that. So I think watching different teams, how they synergize, is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like how people are able to handle the maps differently or utilize certain characters as well. But that's neat. I think it's cool that that's coming into more of a mainstream gaming space, or more mainstream sports kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's been
esports
pretty-
becoming more relevant.
It's been in like the esports leagues for a while now. It's definitely a huge game that people play. I kind of wish if I stuck with it, maybe I could have been one of those people.
Still can. Not too late.
I loved Overwatch. I mean, now it's just kind of it's a little daunting to think about
Getting
it.
back
With
into it.
yeah, getting back into it with like, I think there's probably like at least 4 or 5 new characters since I stopped playing.
I'm sure the meta is just
Totally different.
totally different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It definitely is. It'd be definitely a learning curve coming back into it. But I mean, Overwatch is a great game. I had a lot of fun playing it. I have a lot of fun watching it sometimes on streams or whatever.
It's definitely an awesome game. I mean, and I should give it more of a chance as far as watching the teamwork. And I've kind of just only watched it here and there, and I kind of had the same reaction of I really just can't follow this, and like they have whatever. It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's straightforward. It's not like you watch a first person shooter enough. It's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. It's all it's all up to the person piloting. It's all up to the person playing, really.
And I don't know like how the games themselves are televised or broadcasted. I'm not sure if you're seeing. I assume that you're probably seeing like an overhead like spectator
They change it up
type
a lot.
thing or something,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you're switching between characters and stuff like that now and then. But again, I totally see how that could be confusing to a lot of people, especially just seeing kind of like an overhead shot and switching between characters back and forth. It can be a lot to take in.
So going back to the story, Nate Nanzer, who's this fellow's name, confirmed he was leaving Activision Blizzard. In his tweet, he said, "It's been the toughest decision of my life. It has been the honor of my life to work with his colleagues in the Overwatch leagues. It's been awesome to be our public face, but too many overestimate my role in making the league great. It isn't about me. It's never been. It's about all of you." So interesting. He's moving on to Epic Games. I'm sure he's going to be doing some Fortnite stuff. I'm sure that's going to be perhaps the next big esports.
Or it could be
Dauntless.
no, what's it called? Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Ah.
Epic did buy out by Rocket
Psyonix,
League. Yeah.
indeed.
Wow.
So
That'll
that
be
could
interesting to see.
that could be it. I could see that being it.
I don't think Rocket League is quite on the same level of Fortnite though.
But I could see it going with an
It
esports.
could be both.
You know.
I could see him being the head of both.
Yeah, the more variety people have to watch, the better.
I mean, I think Rocket League is more of a viewer-friendly sport than
Exactly.
like a Fortnite.
Do you?
Hey,
Oh
yeah.
How do you watch a competitive Fortnite?
You see?
That's true.
She gets it.
Thank you,
she
thank you,
So
Cortana.
true. She's listening. She gets it.
Cortana.
Competitive Fortnite, I mean, it's the most watched game on Twitch now for I don't know how long. People like to watch.
Yeah, but you're watching one person. You're not watching a game.
You
And
just switch around between players. I mean, you have split screen, like GoldenEye style.
You have 100 players though.
Wow.
but also I want to say, when you look at it, they're trying to get esports onto channels like ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Rocket League translates easier onto ESPN for esports, league,
I mean, I
because
believe it, too.
because of their their similarities to soccer and all that all that stuff. So I think it'll be easier for them to pitch it to ESPN to host their esports league for Rocket League there.
Well,
Time will tell.
well, I doubt it. Fortnite's the biggest game ever, guys. You guys are like not realizing how
It's
big
big
that
in the Twitch online streaming platform because people watch one person who's insane at the game and they just watch him play.
Is that Ninja guy
And
still doing a bunch
Whereas
of that
Rocket League, you're watching an entire game.
Exactly.
That's 3-on-3 or 2-on-2.
Or don't they have 4-on-4 also?
Well, 4-on-4 is not really competitive. It's
Okay.
more,
I mean, you could add in things like replays. You can do a lot of camera switching. You can follow maybe 8 players that are favored to win. You could have literally. You could do a lot with it. I'm just saying that I think that it could be.
They
I
could
think you could pull
they
it
could
off.
go with both.
But I see where you're saying is it's going to be just an impossible thing. Like you can't just have an overhead view of the entire map and.
Unless they put a camera in it, some way to do that for certain spectating. It'd be pretty neat.
True. Anyway, that's all speculation.
it'd be a much larger production
Mm-hmm.
because you'd have to have people manning like spectator cameras all around the map. So you'd have probably like 10 cameras that would follow any like high action areas that came in, and then people would have to switch to that person's screen. And I just feel like it'd be such a larger production
not
than a
worth it.
game of Rocket League.
It'd be cool to integrate into VR. Put it in and you control the camera.
Interesting. It's a lot to think about. I'm glad it's not me making those decisions.
Same.
So moving on, we today we got this new bit of news. I'll keep this short and sweet, but we got a tweet coming out from Kojima Productions that there's most likely going to be some more Death Stranding news on May 29th. They had the hashtag Create the Rope. So
Ooh.
we'll see what that means. I know that there's been some talk about the game being like you interact with players in a strange way or like in a new type of way, in a social. I have no idea what this game is. I know it's like a third-person action game to an extent, but
Something with babies. You get the little babies.
You
Maybe
get the
it's
little
like baby
babies.
ball. They pass the babies. It'll be like a football.
maybe that's all it is.
You write a message, like you whisper a little message to the baby, like tell Willie I said hi. And then you throw it to the other person, and the other person takes it up and he opens the baby's head and it just goes, tell Willie I said hi.
That sounds like game of the year to me.
Nah, I'd buy multiple copies of that game.
So yeah, I mean, Death Stranding. We've been wanting to know more for so long. Maybe we'll actually get a good look at it.
Yeah, maybe episode 5 will have more to say about it.
I
You know,
wouldn't be surprised. Cool. So this last story I had here, subscription services are all the rage nowadays. I mean, even CBS has one now, but apparently Ubisoft is most likely getting one. A Reset Era forum members spotted a new placeholder image for their Ubisoft Pass Premium, which is likely a subscription service by the French publisher. So it's been removed now, but I could totally see this. EA's been doing it for years. Seems to be semi-successful for them. As long as it doesn't gate me off from, just buying the solo games I want to buy, then
Yeah. It's not making things certain exclusive.
yeah, exactly. As long as they're not saying like you have to, subscribe
yeah.
this in order to play Ghost Recon Breakpoint, then I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Just like The Sims, you gotta buy EA Origin or be like the client through EA Origin.
I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
I think they're just targeting the people who don't like buying
Yeah.
$60 games.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Why
because
market?
we're gonna buy releases.
Mhm.
But some people are like, casual gamers who might not be an Assassin's Creed Odyssey. They're like, $5, I could play it right here and there. Keep on playing whenever I can. Put in an hour, 2 hours a week.
Yep.
So if we had to predict pricing, what would you predict for this, and what would it get you?
I'd say $5.99
A month?
a month. But then I'd say they go with the EA Access model, which is I believe $5.99 a month, $30 a year.
That's cheap as shit.
They're not gonna go too expensive.
Do you get new games though?
So EA Access doesn't do new games, but
Okay.
it gives you the 10-hour free trial.
Oh, okay.
So you get to play full version of the game,
Yeah, I
a
think
brand
I
new
remember hearing
game,
about that when it
10 hours.
came out.
If you want to pick it up, perfect. You buy it and your progress transfers over.
Nice. Is it overall like it's 10 hours for like multiple games, or it's 10 hours per game?
10 hours per game.
Well, that's cool. That's good. You
So-
have to space it out over multiple games.
So when next Madden comes out, it'll be 10 hours, and it's the weekend before release also. So you get to start from the Friday. So if it releases on Tuesday, from Friday until Monday, you could do 10 hours free trial of the full game.
Oh,
So when does
And I'm sorry,
go ahead.
and I forgot. They do also discounts. So if you buy the game digitally through EA Access, they give you 10% off.
nice. That's a good incentive.
Yep.
So I am gonna make a prediction that they're gonna make it $9.99 a month, and you get access to everything.
Okay.
Just drop a Game Pass type thing, because that's been so successful. And then maybe even try to get some other non-Ubisoft things on there.
I could buy into that,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't get it. That's because
there's a lot of
there's-
great
there's so many-
They've
there's-
been like the publisher of the generation. In my
Oh no,
opinion.
I know. I buy the games. I buy the games straight out, but it's just too many subscriptions at the same time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to keep track of them. I'd have to have an Excel sheet just to keep track of all my subscriptions.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I should start doing that.
Yeah.
I've got a couple. I should.
So yeah, we'll see. I imagine we'll hear about that in
Woo!
Bless you.
And we have anything else on the docket here? I do not think so. So that brings us to NES Homework, the weekly segment where we reach into our magic little vase here, pick out a game on Nintendo's online service to play, report back next week with our at least 30 minutes of gameplay impressions. Last week we picked out Wario's Woods. What did everybody think?
It was interesting. It was way more intense than I thought it was, because instead of a regular puzzle game where it's like Tetris, you're just controlling the cursor, you're controlling a little toad. And the little toad is moving all these little blue and like different colored guys around, and you have to line them up with the bombs, but you need like 2 bombs to explode one line of guys. And it's definitely very different, but I had fun with it. I got to like level 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I got to level like 8 or 9. I didn't quite put in half an hour because I just didn't, but it was fun. I mean, I liked it more than I think I liked Dr. Mario.
I didn't play it.
Yeah,
That's 2 weeks.
I didn't know we were gonna come back to it. I spaced out on it.
Wario can stay in his woods.
Another fun game that I think this game came out in like '94, if I recall, which is super. Again, I just find it fascinating. I never really knew.
It was a lot later in the lifespan.
Yeah, this is 2 years before the N64 came out. 4 years after the Super Nintendo came out. Still making these games for the people that never upgraded to the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I think the NES sold twice as many as the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it went strong when they had that out.
Yeah, it was a cute little game. I enjoyed it.
Don't know if I'll ever go back to it, but it's pretty sweet.
Nah,
The
I
aesthetics are
won't.
nice.
I'm not gonna go back to it.
I didn't. I might go back to it. I kind of liked it more than I thought I would.
I got too many games on my backlog to go back to,
If I
and
ever-
a game that I didn't play.
Yeah, if I'm ever, stranded somewhere with my Switch and I don't have anything new and I'm flipping through the catalog, I think I'd give it another shot. So,
Take another trip back into the woods.
7% chance I'll play Wario's Woods again.
That's high.
7. That's
pretty
That's high.
5%.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have thought 2%, but
Anyway, so now what have we gone through? We've gone through Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, was Legend of Zelda next,
Zelda.
Mhm.
now Wario's Woods.
Mhm.
Okay, so what's going to be our 5th NES homework of the week? It's my turn to get into the magic base.
Make sure you only get one.
Mighty Bomb Jack.
Mighty Bomb Jack. Never
Alright,
heard
this
of
is
it.
the most obscure one yet. So
That sounds cool.
I honestly don't know what this game is.
I don't remember.
Anybody else?
no,
I
I
have
don't.
no idea.
So maybe it's a hidden gem.
we're walking in blind.
Okay.
But I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Tune in next week to find out our hot new impressions of
Mighty Bomb Jack.
Anyway, this has been the Level With You show. Thank you for watching. We are on podcast services, iTunes, and Podcast Addict. More to come soon. Check out our Let's Plays of Observation.
Also check us out on Instagram and Twitter.
True that.
What's our
And
handle?
our handle on Twitter is Level With You written out. On Instagram, it is LVL With You. Because somebody must have taken Level With You. So whoever that is, I'm going to be sending you a direct message.
Strongly worded concerning message.
Soon we'll be doing a raffle off for, unfortunately for people listening on the podcast services, you can't see the T-shirt,
Yeah,
but
show off your shirt.
we
Stand
got
up, Kenny.
we'll be raffling off the Level With You shirt
Stand up and let everyone see it.
Oh, yeah. Show that chest. There you go.
right here.
There you go.
Very nice.
So yes, so we'll be letting you guys know on social media how to be a part of the raffle for the Level With You shirt. All right, so that is all.
That wraps it up, man.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking Arby's.
Yes.
I want
Yes.
Until next time, this Level With You sign off.
Arby's!